So what's up with the Bilzerian? How'd you end up leaving, or like you guys?
Oh no, we
for a while.
Yeah, I was there for a while, but like I tell you the Sprinter story. Like what happened was.
Oh yeah, because we never got to that. Yeah.
We never got to the Sprinter story. The Sprinter story was we had sprinters going over to UCLA and picking up all the girls, and they would bring them over to Bellagio and bring them all the way up the hill, and we would bring them into the driveway, drop them off, turn around and go back and pick up a new bunch of girls. But the thoroughfare or the access road got clogged up. Mm-hmm. All the neighbors and stuff coming in, and they seen the lights at the top of the building, the big lights and everything. We had a big ass devil's head on top of the building and everything.
Oh, wow.
You could see it all the way down to Sunset. It was like, what the hell's going on up there? Then you got the big party lights going, leading the way up on top of the hill. Everybody's okay, something's going on up there, Drones flying around. My boy had drones. So anyway, the access road got clogged up with cars trying to get by. Beep, beep, beep. People taking pictures and looking. Beep, 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 beep. All that shit. So the Sprinter vans got stuck behind all that traffic. And it's just kind of like right up the hill. So all the girls that were in the Sprinter van, keep in mind, this is an Angels and Demons party, so everybody had on like lingerie.
Yeah.
They decided, well, it's right up there. Let's just get out and walk. So they jumped out the Sprinter vans and they start walking up past all the Bel Air people that were in their cars trying to get home. And people were like, wait a minute. And when I say lingerie, it is the least amount of lingerie you could wear that they had on, man. And they're walking up them hills and everybody's like, what the? And it was tons of them. Because when one van emptied out, everybody, well, I ain't gonna wait here. They get out the van, they walk up, they had their heels on and everything, man, and thongs and little light things.
Wow.
And they're walking all the way up that hill, man. And the next day, boy, Bel Air was posting stuff. They was trying to let you know it's inappropriate clothing and what's going on and this, that, and the other. And hey, we can't govern. Well, the word was, if I'm not mistaken, is we can't govern what's out there on the street. But they tried to say that it was all in our driveway, which it was, but when they got in the driveway, they went behind the gate. Yeah. And what's walking up the street, if they choose to walk up the street, what are we going to do about it? And if they choose to dress a certain way that ain't against the law, what are we going to do about it? Right. What are you going to, you might not like it, but it ain't a law to walk around with lingerie on. On a Halloween kind of, no.
Yeah.
You go to North Hollywood, go up to Santa Monica on Halloween. You see some people that shouldn't be in, they should have all their clothes on with no clothes on.
Right.
But that's the way it was. And so they would walk all the way up. And the next day you have like maybe kind of like a homeowners association we need to have a talk, this, that, and the other. Like, no. Ain't no laws being broken when nothing went wrong. They just didn't like it. And in my mind, here's what happened. Is that when the wives seen all that, the husbands was like, they give two shits for real, but the wives is they gonna come over and tell you the husbands over there, hey, that's you really shouldn't, hey, look. Don't act like y'all wasn't.
Yeah, there he is. Like, first of all, they live.
Yeah, exactly.
They live there. They act like they don't know what goes on.
Y'all don't know what's going on.
Yeah, they know what it is. And there's like, you're not going to move to a city like this and
not see beautiful women at a party somewhere scantily
you're
clad.
living in those hills, man, and you're going to see something.
You're going to see something.
But they do not like it. But most of those people are very successful, quiet people.
Yeah, they're successful, quiet people. But I think the problem with Bel Air now, it's not a problem. I think it's becoming more family-oriented. Yeah. So it's not so much as the rich single guy doing stuff up there, which is what he was doing. He's has some noisy parties, and we had to cut him off sometimes. Cut the sound down. We had people parachuting into the pool.
What?
Yeah, skydivers. We had skydivers come, man.
He had skydivers jumping in
the pool. Dude, I'm not telling anybody nothing that's not online. I was there watching the dude come all the way down. Skydivers come down, and they boom, land, and pull. Two of them, yeah. Skydivers coming in. What else did we have? We had drones up, shooting pictures of aerial shots of the parties and stuff like that. We had a big ass grizzly bear,
real
alligator. Go online. I'm not telling anybody nothing that's not real. We had a big ass grizzly bear that they brought up one day. And that motherfucker stood up, and Dan was there feeding him, and all the women were standing right there. And I said, oh, my God. But he was tame. He was really trained. Long as he can see his home. And they had his home parked probably about 10 feet that way, and all the little hay and stuff in there. If he gets scared, he takes his ass right in there. I mean, he might swat the fuck out of a couple people on the way if you get in the way.
Yeah, those claws ain't no joke, right?
No, man, but the big ass.
Maybe they clipped him.
We had a big ass grizzly bear up there. We had an alligator up there that bit him on the leg.
What?
An alligator bit Dan on the leg. I'm not lying, y'all. Go online.
How big was it?
It wasn't a real big alligator, but it was big enough to chop your fucking head off.
Holy shit.
It wasn't like a big 10, 11 foot alligator, but it's probably like altogether maybe that's 5, 6 foot alligator. It was getting girthy. Yeah. And Dan went down to pick him up, and he just caught his sunken tooth right into his front calf. Oh, yeah. He got a huge snake up there. That thing was massive, huge snake. So he had all kinds of fun and stuff like that. He's an animal lover, so he had all kinds of stuff, man.
Like for me, I'm kind of surprised on how he conducted himself, how classy he was, that he even partied like that, because it seemed like it was pretty opposite of his mannerisms.
Yeah, he's pretty reserved and stuff like that. You're not gonna see him jumping up and down, dancing around, jumping off the couch, cannonballing in it. He was never that guy, but he wanted everybody else to have a great time. So he sat back and watched everybody else have a great time. Now, mind you, before I got there, he had 2 self-induced heart attacks.
Oh, wow.
Because he'll tell you he was on Larry King. He told a story on Larry King. I think he told a story on Joe Rogan, if I'm not mistaken. It came from, I think, Viagra and cocaine, he said.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm not talking out of turn, everybody. Go online. Plus, I was there for 3 years, like I said.
Viagra and cocaine?
Yeah. So the first thing we did when I got a hold to the property and everything like that, I said, you know what? Let me get a couple of defibrillators up here because Dan is quiet wild. He's quiet wild.
Really?
You ain't gonna see him going out there doing nothing crazy and stupid. But you never know what the hell else might be going on inside of
those
it.
Closed doors, yeah.
Yeah, he's one of those kind of guys. And I think he wanted to do this. He wanted to run from Vegas to L.A.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he wanted to do something like that. And he's just this quiet shit. He's just like, I think I can do that. Let me see if I can do that. He won't get all crazy about it, stuff like that. And one day you'll see just motherfuckers out there running.
Really?
He'll do shit
Did he
like
do
that? No, I think he started, but he stopped. I think they stopped him. Something like that.
So he challenges himself a lot.
All the time.
Yeah, because there was
the time.
I noticed there was this Marine out there, this old school Marine doing YouTube videos, and he said that Dan wasn't real about the Navy SEAL thing or something along those lines. And me, you had a conversation, and you said that Dan was 100%.
100%.
Because I'm a Marine, so
I was in the Air. We were both military.
You were close to him, so
he was 100% real about it, and I can tell you why. Because we had Navy SEALs that would drop by the house all the time and talk to them. They ain't gonna hang out with you if you ain't real.
So legit Navy SEALs.
Legit Navy
coming
SEALs
to the
come by the house,
hanging out.
Hanging out, because that's a guy that did real. He did, out in his. Once you get out of the military, you really want to do something.
Yeah.
And that's a guy that's doing a lot of something.
Yeah.
So they don't come by the house every now and then and shake his hand and talk to him and stuff like that. Hang out. Real deal Navy SEAL dudes said no. He went through it. He didn't get to ring the bell or nothing like that. But at the same time, I think he logged more hours as a bud than anybody, because he went through it twice, almost all the way through the end, until he kept messing up his legs.
It's almost harder than doing it once.
It is harder than doing it once. Because when you get to,
you might just want, we could probably call him.
One time, make it or fail, one time is enough for any man. Mm-hmm. But you have no shame in it. Mm-hmm. But to do it once, and then he convinced he convinced a general or somebody to put him back in, and that guy thought he was crazy. He said, you got to be the craziest motherfucker in the world. You can get full medical. You can get out of here. Mm-hmm. And he said, no, I want to go through it again. And he went through it again. Mm-hmm. He went through it again. Yeah. So when you log that many hours as a bud, you got a heart.
Yeah.
You got a heart.
Oh, yeah. I mean, going through it twice. But, what basically stopped him from...
Broken shins.
So shins, did he have shin splints?
Yeah. Oh, first time, they healed a little bit, and then he tried to do it again.
Shin splints are tough
when they're trying to give you full medical because your shins are messed up, they're letting you know your shins are messed up, because you know how hard it is to get full medical in the military.
Yeah.
Full 100? Yeah. That means your shins are messed up.
Yeah.
But then you go back out there again? Yeah. Bro, you got it from me. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So, but no, it was great. We did those parties maybe 2 to 3 times a year. Those massive parties.
Oh, it's only 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, 2 or 3 times a year. They set up a whole outside kitchen so we could have all the great food. The inside would be moved, all the furniture and everything. 31,000 square feet, if I'm not mistaken. So every inch of that place, no, not every inch, but most of it was partying. Bands outside. Like I said, everybody was always. French Montana would be up there. Everybody was there. Everybody.
Wow.
And majority, like I said, thousands of women. Not hundreds, but thousands of women. We had, not like 8. We had like 2,000 for sure. One time we almost had 3,000 women in that place. Yeah. And very limited guys. Very, very limited guys. So but the day-to-day was real smooth. People would come by, talk business. That was it. Maybe Dan want to go out to a movie. That was it. Somebody would drop off one of his cars after being fixed, check him in, check it out. That was it.
So he wasn't like some guy just running out there being
No. He
He
would get on his plane and go travel to a nice location or something, or maybe check out one of the storefronts that we'd all go. See how things is working out. And this is what that was it. But he traveled a lot overseas. He had his own plane. He did what he wanted to do. But he was never like the guy you would see going wild. It was all around him all the time because he wanted everybody to have fun.
Yeah. So he kept his posture. He was in control.
All the time.
Just bossing.
Yeah, all the time. Although,
Yeah, because I mean, like what the media kind of portrayed him as was something totally different.
Yeah,
and they're good at that. And they're good at that. They're good at that for ratings. They're good at that for other things, And
the optics will lend itself. How you doing, everybody? This is your boy Jaye Razor. Check me out on BDS TV, Big Daddy Swolls TV. It's the hottest thing going. You can find out all about me on the caption below. Everything Instagram, the Jaye Razor. I love to hear from you all, your opinions on the show, even if you like it, if you didn't like it. And you can just keep up with the things that I'm doing, and it's going to be a lot of hot stuff like this, BDS TV. Up to whatever narrative negatively you want to paint of him, the optics will lend itself to it because it's nothing but women, so you got to be a womanizer.
Yeah, you have to
okay,
be,
it's nothing but women, so you must be paying for them.
Right.
There's nothing but women, so, well, some of them you're probably being held there. None of that, none of that. But everybody wants to paint that narrative because that's clickbait. They don't ever want to say, well, this is a young guy living the life he should be living as a young guy. He's single. All these women like being around him. He's got a lot of money. Nobody wants to say that because a lot of young guys, I think he's got 33 million followers now. A lot of them are male. The deal is that young men, especially with the way the world is going now, and everybody's trying to squish down masculinity and squish down how you should grow as a man. And you see somebody out there doing something that reacts with your male spirit. That's what it is. That's all it is. You go, man, that looks good to me. Why? Because you're a young man. But they're telling you not to do that.
Right.
Well, why does it look like I want to do it? Because you're a young man. From the beginning of time, men have chased women. Men have had caves full of their own. Men have had harems from the beginning of time. If that's not your thing and you want one woman, you're still a man. But they're trying to tell you now, no, you shouldn't be doing that. This is not how it is. Well, then why do so many people gravitate toward the guys that have that kind of a lifestyle?
Right.
Because it feeds the young male spirit.
Yeah.
From the time you, trust me, man, from the time you turn about 11, that's all that's on your damn mind. You got to figure some shit out.
Gosh,
like,
dude.
I want to have things and I want to have women. And you look at this guy and go, why does that resonate with my spirit? Because you're a young man.
Yeah.
You're a young man. It's just like, and I'm not trying to be demeaning to women or anything like that. You take a young woman and you can sit her in front of a TV and a beauty pageant comes on. She's like automatically like, and they start playing dress up. Why? Because it's something that feeds to their spirit, to be beautiful, to be graceful,
They relate to it,
to be nurturing. That's something that they relate to it. But we're getting away from everything that relates to your God-given spirit. You're getting away from it. Who you are naturally, not who you're made to be, who you are naturally.
And that causes things like depression, suicide, makes you hate yourself, hate your life.
Yeah.
Makes you go in a totally different direction. You start working towards something you don't even want or want to be like. And like I said, once you lose yourself,
You lose yourself. If you don't know who you are, you'll never be successful.
So,
and that ain't got nothing to do with money. If you don't know who you are, you will never be successful.
And successful means happy.
Ooh.
And the end result means happy.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
yeah, man. But my tenure was over there when COVID hit, and
Oh wow, that caused it.
yeah, COVID hit, and we couldn't have any more gatherings. They said because they didn't want a bunch of people in your house and stuff like that. But no, they said it was no more than could live there or something like that. What 18 rooms or something like that. So yeah, we got.
He could still have his fun.
So we had a few people over, and well, one day everybody was upstairs on a roof in the gym because he's got a massive gym on a roof. So I'm up there.
On a roof?
On a roof. It's a massive gym on the roof. On a roof.
Wow.
I worked out there when Goals closed.
That just sounds dope.
It is. It's online. You go up there. Yeah. I mean, I was up there every morning in the Bel Air sunshine working out. And sometimes a lot of the girls that were from LA didn't have nowhere to work out. You can come on by if you ever modeled like Dan's stuff. Yeah, come on by and work out. So they would come by and they would work out and they would do stuff like that. They have a good time. And one day a helicopter flew over. It was, I want to say LAPD or sheriffs. Anyway, one of them flew over. And it was like, oh, okay, we're just waving and everything. They looking down there and they see all the girls were laying out, doing little booty stretches and stuff. Couple of people working out because he let the guards work out.
Yeah.
And like the next day, we had like 2 carloads of cops pull up to the house.
What?
Yeah, they pull up to the house and said, well, we understand that you guys are having gatherings at this time, but you're not supposed to. They really couldn't enforce it from what I got.
You can't enforce that.
You know, but we was like, well, no, these people, we got 18 rooms. These people could all be living here. And it was like, yeah, and I was pretty much like my boy, one of the guards was there, and I was like, y'all want to come upstairs, see the gym? Yeah, we want to see the gym. So y'all just come here to look at these girls, man. Yeah, come on, man, stop playing, let's go.
Yeah. They're human too, man.
Hey, I'm not mad at them at all, man, because they weren't trying to cause no problem. They were all young cops, not a sergeant above over there. Was all young cops. They flew over and there was like,
supervisors.
What is going on down there?
Yeah.
Next day they all pull up. Y'all come see the gym.
Yeah.
But that went on, and he doesn't like to be sequestered at all. He likes to be able to go do his thing when he wants to do his thing. So that went on for a while. And then one day he was like, I'm out of here. I think he went to Turks and Caicos, and he left the house, and it was just me and the guards, and I think a couple of chefs were there, and that is it. So the house was closed down for a long time, and then they end up doing a real estate deal or selling it or something or getting out from under, I don't know what it was, but he ended up staying in Turks and Caicos for a minute.
Wow.
Yeah, because it wasn't closed down over there.
Really?
And then when he came back, he didn't come to LA. He just went on back to his compound in Vegas, which is way bigger than the one he has in LA.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jeez, man.
So he went back, and that was it. And then our tenure there was said and done. Real nice tip at the end of the day. And we were like, hey, man, look, whenever you want to do this again, holla.
And that was it?
That was it.
The Big Daddy